Hello, welcome everyone to Sarah Be Too Good, where we learn to be too good to ourselves. Thank you guys for watching this video on today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. On today, I want to talk to you all about being better for yourself, showing up as the best version of yourself, doing it for you. Are there any challenges, any adventures that you've wanted to do, but you were afraid because of what someone else had said about it, what they thought about you doing that thing? Well, today I want you to give yourself permission to step out and do the thing. You have one life. You have one life. Why sit back waiting for others to give you permission to set limits for your life? Take control of your life. Take back your power. As you're taking back your power, allow the focus to be totally on you. Doing those things that you love. Doing those things that you are passionate about. Doing those things that you've held dear to your heart and you haven't shared with anyone. Go after it. Now, as you pursue those things, don't tell anybody. Why? Because you don't need their input. You don't. You don't need anyone convincing you why you should do a thing. Now, as you begin to take on, this new challenge or this new adventure, as you're taking on that challenge, as you're taking on that adventure, then while you're doing it, let that be your announcement to the world that you're doing it. I remember back in 2014, I had made a list of some things that I wanted to do. And so going to Hawaii was one. Now, at the time when I had this desire to go to Hawaii, I didn't have the money, but I did not allow me not having the money stop me from desiring it. And so it was something that I wanted. And so some things happened that I was able to treat myself to Hawaii. And this was a solo trip. And so I had reached out to, to a couple of friends, that they want to join me. Someone said that, oh, I want to go. But you guys know that when it was time to go, the person backed out. And so, don't wait for other people to join you, because if you do, you might not ever do the thing. And so I was serious about taking this trip to Hawaii. So I went to Hawaii solo. And so I was excited. That was the first trip that I had taken alone. I wasn't afraid. I had just completed 6 weeks of radiation on the vocal cord. And so if I could lay on a table for 5 days a week for 6 weeks getting radiation onto my vocal cord, in the vocal cord area, do you think I was going to be afraid to take a trip and fly to Hawaii? No. And so because, yeah, of course, a lot of things could have happened, but it didn't. It didn't happen. And so, of course, I was prayerful. I had my then pastor, praying and covering me in prayer during that time. You guys, that was the best decision that I ever made. Not only was it the best decision, one of the best decisions that I made, but it was my first solo travel. It was my first time traveling alone. It was liberating because I didn't wait for someone else to give me permission. It was something that I wanted to do. And so it was exciting. And so I want to encourage you to, whatever it is that you've been wanting to do it. Do it anyway. You owe it to yourself. You only have one life to live. Now, when I, during the trip to Hawaii, I stayed at the Big Island. And while I was there, of course, I was taking pictures. Now, I did not make the announcement before the trip. Instead, when I posted pictures, that's when the announcement was made to others, to the world, that I had done something new. I had done something that I had never done before. I had taken a solo trip to the Big Island in Hawaii. And so I was glad that I did that, because I didn't want anyone to, to try to discourage me. Now, during the time that I went in 2014, it was when the tsunami hit the Big Island. Now, of course, I had a couple of people pretending that they was concerned about me. I don't think they were. But even if they were concerned, they wanted me to leave in the middle of my trip and come back home. Now, you guys, remember I earlier said that I laid on a table for 5 days a week for 6 weeks, getting radiation pumped in my body, for the cancer that I had in the vocal cords. And so if I had the courage to do that, do you think I'm going to be fearful about being in Hawaii on the Big Island because of a tsunami that was headed there? No. And so the same God that I trusted during the radiation treatments was the same God that I trusted that was going to keep me safe while I was on my solo vacation in the Big Island. And I'm so glad that I didn't listen. I'm so glad that I didn't allow others to project their fear onto me. And so I was able to complete my trip. I was able to complete my vacation, and it was empowering. It was a good feeling. And so not only did I take that trip, I also traveled to Canada by myself. And so it's a good thing. It's a good thing to be able to do some things by yourself. Did I want to travel by myself? No, I would have preferred to have gone with my spouse, but I was not in the space. Circumstances didn't allow that to even happen. And so don't allow your circumstance or your situation to dictate if or when you can do a thing. Give yourself permission today to do it. Now, don't forget, when you do those things, you want to move in silence. And as you're doing the thing, as you show up, doing the thing, doing the adventure, doing the challenge, let that be your announcement to the world that you're doing the doggone thing. And so I want to encourage you to cater to the little girl or the little boy that is within. You're never too old to go after those things that you desire to do. Dream a dream without limits. Dream big, no matter how big it is. You are worth it, and you matter. There's so much more to you. There is so much more in life for you. But you will never know if you don't step out of your comfort zone and start doing some things. What do you have to lose? The worst that can happen is, I don't even know. If you don't do it, if you remain where you are, the worst can still happen. So wouldn't you rather the possibility of the worst happening while you are actively doing something that you want to do, versus you being stagnant, versus you being stuck to move, to do something? Like, why? You have one life to live. You have one life to live. You have one life to live. You owe it to yourself to be and to show up in life, the better version of yourself. And being the better version, showing up the best version of yourself, is going to require you to let go of other people's thoughts and other people's opinions regarding the things that you desire to do. Take back your power and create the life that you want. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that what I've shared today has been a blessing unto you. Be blessed, and until next time, be too good to yourself.